Yeah, weren't you just in the water? Hopefully she's not waving that she's in distress. Help her, you idiots! Enjoying my reactions, but you don't feel like waiting a week for the next upload? That's cool, because I got you covered. Chances are, by the time you watch this show on YouTube, I'll already have the full seasons available over on Patreon in their complete unedited glory. All you gotta do is become a tier 2 patron. And if you just so happen to be a viewer who wants to request things from me, such as movies and shows, then you can take your loyalty even further by becoming a tier 3 patron. The ball is in your court, and I'm completely at your service. So take advantage of these opportunities now. Yo, what's going on, you guys? This is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer, here with me, myself, and I, all the ones and twos, and this is We Ain't Seen It Reactions, the place where I react to everything I've never seen. And if you've read by the title, you know what time it is. It's time to whip out those magnifying glasses and do some more investigating with Detective Conan. And the last time we left off, we found ourselves at school, or at least an after-school session. Yeah, that's right, the junior detective boys decided to go in there and investigate some strange happenings regarding their principal who just mysteriously went missing. Yeah, it was a very suspenseful thing, especially when it comes to the kids, you know, the extension of Conan's cast, the ones that aren't necessarily old enough to, you know, do the more practical and more intellectual cases. Yeah, this one revolved around like some superstitions because they've been noticing like certain things in regards to a mannequin, basically like the human anatomy mannequin walking around the school, and they were able to discover that it was none other than Miss Kobayashi, who essentially was kind of like planning something or practicing something for the school. Yeah, she just so happened to be this woman that was putting on the front, making it seem like she was a lot more stern than she actually was, because there was an incident to where she couldn't handle two boys that got into a scuffle and they both ended up getting hurt. So she thought to kind of, you know, sustain that and put a bandage on that old wound, that she would be a lot more mean so kids wouldn't get into these situations. So yeah, and I also think the end result, what we find out what happened to the vice principal, was that he lost his toupee. So he was trying to avoid that until he found his toupee. On the flip side of that, we had this woman who ended up being drowned. You know, at first she went missing, and there was this doctor involved, and he just so happened to be at the same bar that Kaguro was at, and when he was asked to help out, he kind of waved it off, which kind of made it to where we knew that he was the culprit, which is always interesting. It's like once you know the person is the actual murderer, it's gonna be a matter of finding out how exactly they murdered him. And it was kind of easy to deduce that, oh, this woman, she gets discovered by Conan and ran under the bottom of the river. And, you know, it's a matter of how she was able to get there, which we were able to discover that it was by way of this floaty that had to be deflated at a certain time span, and her body would just kind of slowly but surely sink, you know, by way of other means as well, like such as this heavy rock that he placed around her ankle. So yeah, he tried to make it look like she offed herself, but it was actually just this nefarious plot by him to get in close with one of the head doctor's daughter, if I'm not mistaken, but he needed to untie those loose ends, which just so happened to be his girlfriend at the time. I don't have anything else to add to that. I would say that we're just going to be cutting off some filler fluff, but there's not any for this particular reaction, because we have been on a constant flow, guys. Yeah, we haven't had to skip a lot because, you know, in the 100s and 10s, there have been a lot of canonical episodes. So kudos to us. We're doing it, man. We are doing it. And shouts out to the new members over on Patreon and YouTube. You guys have been contributing to this family, and I love hearing your thoughts. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this next episode, guys. Starting with episode 14, which is going to be part 1, which is titled The Scuba Diving Murder Case. So without further ado, let's do this. Who is she talking to? Please tell me this is Mom. Yeah, she's trying to be stealthy about this. What is she planning? Or maybe this is another boyfriend. That girl. What are we gonna do with her? Really? How do you don't know that this guy was planning on just drinking his life away? That's usually what he does. Exactly. It's like, what are we even talking about right now? Promise. Don't try to coerce me into anything. Look who's talking. This guy's been carrying you on his shoulders. Yeah, there you go. She is really trying to manipulate this shit. It doesn't take much. Once you say anything about sexy women. Yeah, she's planning something, man. Queen Hotel Izu. Look at his hairy legs. What are you looking for? I love her outfits in this show. Really? Oh god. Look at these nice babes. The animation looks good in this episode too. Right? I am a straight single man who doesn't have any kids. So scram. That's derriere on that. Nice body. What the hell? Who is that? Is that mom? Bro. You trifling little heifer, you. Oh my god, look at her trying to play matchmaker. Yeah. A hag? Right, you were just looking at my nice hag ass. Haggis. He know he wants to give that another ride. Why would she? Oh well, okay, so mom still wants to make it work? Don't say that. Right. He's actually in the building. I wonder what's the percentage of his female demographic of fans. Just stop. Stop it. They're so hairy. Oh lord. You give him too much credit. He's not that suave. I'm still wondering how he was able to bag Rand's mom. Why would you do this? Okay. Matsuzaki. Yeah, go ahead and say it. Yeah. They're not even divorced yet, though. Yeah, I just want to say we're separated. It's kind of complicated here. Oh, fuck off, guy. You look older than Kaguro. Oh, wow. Yeah, you gonna let this guy hit on your fiance? Really? The celebrity is sitting down, sir. Really? What the hell? Okay. Which one of you is gonna die? Really? What was the point of getting him in if he can't swim? We're probably mere acquaintances at best. Huh? Huh? Yeah, come on. You gotta agree with me here. Really? Why would you say that? The wife is right there, or the fiance. The tension is so thick. Bruh. Yeah, where are they at? Are they dead? Oh no, they're gonna find him at the bottom of the water too. Maybe. You can't put a ring on water though, unless you freeze it. Oh, nice. Okay, so she's gonna do a little snorkeling herself too, huh? I wonder how this is going to turn out. I'm already noticing some weird things going on, especially in regards to this person that already left. Oh, there he is. You probably killed her. Hopefully she's not waving that she's in distress. Help her, you idiots! Somebody's pulling her. Or somebody's trying to drown her. Alright guys, so let's take a quick pause, a quick intermission to deduce all the things that are happening right now. So, as we speak, Kiwako is currently drowning. Yeah, she's alone in this water. I guess she just felt very enthused to take a quick dip, but it seems like there are some other things going on with her. You know, it's like this woman, she's betrothed to this dude who seems to be very reserved and awkward. You know, he can't even swim, so we already have a problem there. It's like, why are you with a guy that doesn't necessarily match your qualities of life? I don't know, I just find that strange. But also, Ran, you dirty little bugger, you. It's like you're trying to play matchmaker or trying to reassemble whatever fragments are left of your former family back together. I think it's noble, but I don't like the way she went about doing this because she did things that are kind of like playing up to the character of Kaguro. She knows how her dad is when it comes to women. He is very much a woman eater. He loves to just consume whatever woman will give him the time of day. And, you know, unfortunately, the mom, she has to see this. You know, not only does she have to be reminded of how much of an idiot Kaguro is, she has to see him smitten with all these young girls that are like 10 years his junior. I also like the fact that, you know, her mom still kind of has feelings for him, which says a lot because it's kind of hard to understand how he even acquired a woman of her stature, you know, like a woman that's way more competent than him. But we have seen instances of Kaguro's cool factor. He does possess the ability of being a standout lead if he takes himself a lot more seriously than he usually does. But yeah, like this woman, she's either drowning for some reason or she's choosing to drown of her own volition. Maybe this is something that she didn't want to get into. She didn't feel like becoming a married woman, especially to a person that can't swim. I just find that strange. And all of a sudden, the dude that was said to be swimming out in the ocean, he just shows up out of nowhere after this woman jumps in the water, acting very suspicious. I don't know what that's going to entail, but hey, this is a two-parter. We know how these things are. You have to wait till more evidence starts to mount up to figure out what's really going on. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump back into this and see if we can get a bit more information before we draw a conclusion. Here we go. I love doing that. Help her! Hold on, Kiwami. I love how y'all are just staring there. Okay, this guy's gonna expose the fact that he actually can swim. It's not getting any better. So can you swim? Oh shit. What? Oh, okay, yeah. He has a point. Okay, so she's not gonna die. Oh. Yeah, what was that about? Like, what is that, an eel or a snake? No, there was definitely something in that fucking water. A sea snake. Yeah, where is it at? On our ankle? Right there up in the main arteries, too. Suck the poison out, somebody. There you go. Tie it around her arm. There we go. Make sure it doesn't course through the rest of her body. Ran must have saw it, yeah. Bro, just called a fucking ambulance. Maybe we need to keep her hydrated too. Ah, yeah. Oh, he reads a lot of books. What can you say? Yeah, what's up with that? Black Bandit Sea. Wings. It had to be an eel. No. Power of observation, huh? Right, unlike some idiots in this room. Girl, you gotta let that go. That just shows that he's over you. Snake's nest, really? How messed up would it be if she didn't really get poisoned? She got shocked by an eel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what about this fool right here? But something else is going on. Yeah, Hiroshi over here. Wow. Yeah, we gotta figure this one out. You gotta figure. Is there an after credit sequence? I know you guys want to. Okay, no after credits. So, yeah, guys. This little snake is the thing that actually bit Kiwako, and now she's poisonous. But one thing is that it had wings, which leads me to believe that it wasn't necessarily a snake, but a poisonous eel of some sort. Like eels, they're known to just take over the oceans. You know, they're scattered about in the oceans. And they also possess electric properties depending on the species of eel. So maybe it could have been that. Whatever the case may be, Hiroshi is definitely a main candidate in this scenario, but there could be other things at play as well, because there are other characters that are associated with Kiwako. You know, what's not to say somehow she got pricked while she was still on land? You know, what's not to say that's not the case? But then again, Rand did notice this thing when they went out to the waters to get her. That also raises the question of how her boyfriend was just willing to just jump into that, knowing that he doesn't have the proper gear, and the fact that he can't swim without that said proper gear. So many factors that go into this, but if Hiroshi is the one that did it, then what would be the reason why? That's the thing that we have to take in consideration. Is it because he wanted to basically prove that he's superior? Maybe he wants this woman. This isn't her brother, right? I think she mentioned something about her brother, but I don't think Hiroshi is her brother. Could be wrong, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm running out of time on the clock, on the camera, so without further ado, let's jump into part 2. Here we go. Yeah, you heard him. What? So whoever did this, they were planning on her to die inevitably, like eventually die. Maybe this dude is trying to build himself up to be the hero. Yeah, and? Really? Wow, so they're childhood friends. That means that he wants to look like the hero so he can actually be with her. Look how quickly he pushed her fiance back. Really? It was, huh? Shit, you just gave him a clue. Yeah, maybe he wants her. Yeah, like what if that's the case? Like there are so many different things at play here, because we've heard talks about people that grew up together liking each other. Y'all are dragging y'all feet on purpose, man. What if she did this? Maybe she's jealous. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she likes this. I don't even know. How did you know that, bro? It better not be there. It's like, if it is, then... Yeah? How did he know that, though? Really? Exactly. Yeah, are you leaving? Why, though? I guess you haven't been the same... Ever since you noticed that Morty wasn't looking at your finger and then noticed the ring was missing? Yeah, something suspicious going on. Their detective instincts are kicking in. Yes. Yeah, this seems like a love triangle. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to discuss more about this case. Custody rights. Do you want Rand back? Yeah, testing you, huh? What? I think you're giving him too much credit. Is he that manipulative? Are they? Alright guys, let's take another quick intermission real quick to deduce more things that have kind of mounted up into this whole equation. So, yeah, as it turns out, there are other things that are going on here, like, characters that are kind of been acquainted since their childhood, such as this guy, Hiroshi. I think it's Hiroshi or Hirosha. This guy claims to have been a childhood friend of Kawako, which leads me to believe that yes, he does have feelings for Kawako, but there's also another person that has feelings for Kawako, which just so happens to be the other guy. I can't remember his name, so forgive me for that. Yeah, he has feelings for Kawako as well, and then you have the other friend, like the girlfriend or the tag-along friend of Kawako. I wouldn't be surprised if she has feelings for one of these guys that likes Kawako as well. What's not to say that she's the perpetrator here? She might be the one that caused all these things to happen, because if these other guys had feelings for Kawako, why would they try to save her? But then again, there's that aspect of being the heroic figure, the one that makes the boyfriend or the fiance who can't swim look bad and makes Kawako want to get with them once she reaches her 100% recovery. Those things could play a factor into this, but if I were to place my finger or point my finger at the candidate, I would have to say it's probably the girlfriend of Kawako. I feel like she's gonna be a jealous friend who wanted to get Kawako out of the picture so the guys could point their gaze at her. I don't know, like whatever guy she feels an attraction to. But I'm not gonna rule out the possibility of it potentially being the fiance. I just don't know what he would seek to gain out of that if he's trying to kill his future wife. I don't know. He already can't swim. There's also the case of I don't know. Did somebody else die? I don't think anybody died. I'm trying to like come up with conclusions to why the person would try to kill her as well. Like maybe she was the cause of one of their relatives dying. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and try to figure out what's going to happen. But I have a nagging suspicion that it's her homegirl, her best bud or female friend. But we'll see. Let's get back into it. Screw that bastard. He's talking to girls over here. You should. Break out the antiseptic watch. Oh well. Oh wow, he does have his watch. There you go. Where is he gonna fall though? How did he find the wheelchair that fast? This animation looks really good this episode. Bruh. Conan, I can't believe you're sabotaging a potential moment of them getting back together. Yeah, you did it, bitch. I have a nagging suspicion it has something to do with an item like a towel or something. I want to know how. Yeah, bitch. You're jealous. You couldn't stand this girl and you want to get her out of the picture so you can get one of these handsome young studs. Wow. What? Yeah, she felt relieved that when she heard that he tried to come out and help. Yeah. Harumi, really? Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It kind of ruins her plan, huh? Because then it would be nothing for the detective to figure out what's going on. She got the little... in the fanny pack, really? Oh, wow. See, that's when she went in for the strike. Why did it have wings on it, though? Did somebody grab it? Right. I'll see past those fake-ass Monkey D. Luffy shorts. Oh, wow. Maybe that's why it looked like it had wings. Yeah, okay. Right. That's why she left the damn key in the room, because the snake was in there. Good thinking, Conan. That's for that very reason. She probably wanted her to be married to another guy. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. Man, her eyes got so very serious. What, they were adopted? Yeah, maybe. Just different parents. Wow. Second year in high school. Okay, so they're already of age. Really? She was saying it without saying it. Wow. I mean, can you blame the guy? She's hot. Oh. Yeah, she does seem like the type that just gets everything thrown at her. You are stupid. You really just sacrifice your freedom over a guy that doesn't want you. What happened? Is she alive? Good. Nice. So this guy gets it. He's cool. Don't look at her. Oh God, this girl. They better not let her run scot-free. Oh, because I tried to kill you. Yeah, you should. Well. Okay, so see, she didn't know. Look at that. Now you feel even worse. She knows. Yeah, she knows. That sucks, man. Wow. That's something. That is something. Wakey, wakey. Right, and you just go along with it anyway. Bruh. No. No. This is why mom still holds out hope on him. Oh Lord. What? What? Okay, so maybe he did know. Yeah. Okay. That's why. Yeah. Okay, so this guy is a lot more perceptive, man. Just when I count him out, he always proves me wrong, even though he's still an idiot. No, you can help it. But this is gonna ruin things right here. Yeah. Just when you think he's back in, he ruins it. She's gonna flip this guy. No. He's gonna make me choke. Baka. But that's all she needed, though. I'm pretty sure she's fine. Ting. See, that right there represents a glimmer of hope, people. That's what you call a glimmer of hope. But guys, that ends a awesome arc to the scuba diving murder case. A very fun arc, if I do say so myself, that not only introduces the element of investigation, but also kind of harps on the previous relationship between Kaguro and Eddie, which is awesome to see, man. Like, I love that we're getting more layers to their romance, and also that will they or won't they aspect, because Conan, since it is an ongoing series, there's obviously going to be those elements to the story that are going to continue to get drawn out and not necessarily reach its proper conclusion until the writer sees fit. But it's nice to get these things in small doses so it doesn't get repetitive, if that makes any sense, because it starts off with Rand plotting this thing that we didn't necessarily know anything about until it happened, to where we saw Eddie on the beach and we saw Kaguro looking at her butt. Kind of like letting us know that yes, this is a romance that's still there. There's still a little tiny fire that could essentially bloom into this big bonfire of love. And speaking of the element of love, I also like the fact that we do see that Harumi, or whatever her name is, apologies in advance if I'm ruining the name, I'm sorry. Harumi or Harushi, whatever her name is. This girl, she definitely did want the guy that was the fiance. You know, she had feelings for him, and she's liked him ever since she met him when her mom or her father was going to get married to his parents. They are essentially siblings, but not necessarily by blood, which does kind of alleviate things because we kind of had incestual things happen in the past where somebody wanted to date another blood relative, but due to that forbidden love aspect, they had to go about doing other things in order to get that. Yeah, it's kind of one of those cases, but not necessarily something very incestual. I like that. And one of the things when it comes to love is people always think that there's some kind of exclusivity to that. You know, they're very entitled and they forget when it comes to love, there aren't any regulations. You know, it's like it's not a concept that it's exclusive to you, especially when it comes to the person that you're interested in, not giving you that same attention and not wanting to love you back. That's the thing that you notice over and over again when it comes to these episodes and in life in general too, because you do have those people who try to force people to love them. And when they see that person giving that love to somebody else, that's when they get jealous and they do things that are going to land them in prison. I'm not sure if that's the case that happens to this girl because the girl, her friend did end up surviving. It's also kind of messed up too that she thought that her friend was doing this deliberately out of spite to throw it in her face that, yeah, she knows that you like this guy, but I have him, so I'm going to rub it in your face even more. It wasn't necessarily the case, which is a kind of rarity when it comes to Conan, because usually in most cases when a person or a victim or a murdered instance, or, you know, a person that's murdered or deliberately, you know, plan to get murdered, they usually have it coming, you know, like they usually have done something to warrant this act on them. But in this case, no, it's like this woman wasn't aware. And it's just crazy that even when she's recovering, when she's almost on her deathbed, she's willing to apologize for not actually seeing that this girl had feelings for the guy that she was about to marry. You know, I love that. It's just very prolific. And it's always nice, too, to see that not only do we have two detectives in the room, that being Conan, aka Shinichi, and Kaguro, we have three, which just so happens to be Eddie. You know, anytime Eddie has entered the chat, you know there's going to be collective minds that think similarly. Some not so much because Kaguro, he's going to be that slower one, but he has his moments. Like I said, we get instances of that, you know, just seeing him be thoughtful and actually, you know, like play us, kind of throw us for a loop, because he's usually the guy that's just so oblivious to everything, including the woman that has clearly still gotten feelings for him. You know, we see certain instances of him being perceptive. So yeah, but with all that said, guys, I don't have anything else to say. Damn it, this episode was good. I don't know if I want to watch another one because I know I am spoiling you guys. I am spoiling y'all with these back-to-back reactions of Conan. It's because of this. Moments like this is what really makes me love this show and want to watch more. But we'll just have to wait and see, because, you know, we have other things within this library and requests that I have to watch over on Patreon. But overall, I'll give this episode an SS+. What are your thoughts on this, though? It's not about what I think. It's about what you think. What did you think about this particular episode? Do you feel like Eddie and Kaguro will eventually get together, or at least have like a little nightcap, you know, something steamy? I don't know. Maybe you already know in advance since you guys do watch these episodes, so I guess don't spoil me. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts. If there's anything that I may have missed or got misconstrued, I would also like to get a proper clarification on that as well. Just don't spoil me on that aspect. But with all that said, this is your boy RBG, aka the Random Black Gamer. We ain't seen the reactions. I'll catch you guys in the next reaction to Detective Conan. Peace.